Now that I know that the bug runs and drives, it's not a complete waste, I can finally do what I've been wanting to do to this thing since we saw it, since I got in it, and that is clean out the interior. It is so disgusting in here, and I cannot wait until it is clean. So that is what I'm gonna do today. Might jack it up as well and take off the 2 front tires and go get some tires. And then also I can inspect the brakes and stuff while I'm under there. But main goal, get the seats out, clean the interior, and just see what actual kind of shape this car is in. Because from what I've seen, the pan is in immaculate shape. And I want to know if this was a really good deal or just like an okay deal. Because right away, it's running, it's driving. So far, so good. It's been a good deal. Before I start vacuuming stuff, I want to show what the car came with. So we got an original jack, kind of cool. There's Rob's bell thing he found out the property. We got an extra headlight. Don't know if it's good, but it did come with one. What I'm pumped on is a flywheel holder, because I don't actually have one, so that's kind of cool. Some kind of whatever 12 point, which is kind of cool. Another one, good. Tools are always good. Big ol' socket. This looks like a piece to one of the axles, which is very interesting. Don't know why it's in here, but we've got it just in case we need it. Socket, more sockets, some Torx or 12 points. A big ol' like 1 to 1/2 inch adapter. Kind of weird. Some 10 mil bolts, always a good thing. Almost looks like a feeler gauge, like for the valves or something. Very interesting. The visor is actually in the back as well, so that's good. I don't know how broken it is, but you know, whatever. So I decided to pull everything out of the bug. I still need to pull out the back seat, but I decided to pull everything out just because there was dirt everywhere. So, as you saw in the video, got it fully stripped down besides the back seat. Need to take that out. But honestly, this is a pretty solid car. This car probably was sitting out there in that yard for almost 20 years. The bus for sure was 30. So was this one at the same time? Probably. So I would guess 20 to 30. And if you look at these floors, I mean, it's typical. I will give props to the last owner or someone. There is holes drilled on every corner. And I was kind of mad at first, and then I realized that probably saved this car. There's surface rust, no holes, nothing on this side. Somehow the battery tray isn't corroded, which is crazy. The only rust I've really found is right there on the heater channel, and it actually stops. That doesn't even go to it. That's actually just the outer shell. So this is a pretty honest car. Pretty crazy, pretty crazy. It cleaned up pretty nice. I'm gonna clean up those carpets that go there. I took them off. Clean up those carpets. It's unfortunate we don't have that carpet for this side. But clean everything up, wipe off the dash, finish the wiring, and then I bet this thing will look pretty good. And I think we're gonna order some seat covers. So at that point, I think this thing's gonna look pretty sweet. And headliner's not in terrible shape. Really quick, I cleaned out the back, took off all the paneling and stuff, and look how clean it is. Probably put a little bit of fabric up there, something white, I don't know, or just leave it, we will see. But looks really good. Today we're gonna start lifting it up, getting the tires off, and then get a couple of the tires replaced for now, because it sucks moving it when they keep going flat. But while the tires are off, look underneath it, try to bleed the brakes, see what happens with that, probably replace some lines. By the way, isn't that just so good? For a 1970 bug that's been sitting in a field for 20 years or more. Let's get the tires off.
With you. What? Why? Shop towels. No. Shop towels. No. No shop towels for you.
No shop towels for him, but he still does it anyway. I do want to be clear, this is not a holy grail barn find car. This is just a honest car that really should just be on the road and not sitting in a field. I told you that this car had rust. The pan is beautiful, which is amazing, but the body does have rust, which is a typical thing for older bugs, especially when you get into 60s and even 50s. It's even worse. So I want to show you the rust on this one really quick. Almost identical to the 1960, but down in this area, because water can actually sit on the inside where that seal is. I want to show you this as well. Front end collisions are front and back, always happen on bugs. It's amazing. That one had it, my dad's has it. These things always ran into stuff and they just buckle. So this one has it as well. It was repaired pretty good. So yeah, it looks ugly, but as far as like fit and finish, really good. So we got that on the back, just like the 60. This panel rusts out a little bit. You can see it there. You can see it starting in there. You can see it in this back wheel arch area. It's starting to happen back there. It's the exact same thing on the 60. Same there, same back there, same all up in there. The rest of it's just surface rust. And then the front, same thing. along here where the seal is inside, and water can come and sit down in there. And then you can see the collision up there that was repaired. Not the best, but it was repaired. Looks like there's some rust down here, pretty much anywhere where water can sit. But if someone just wants to get into a cheap bug and just drive an old classic, you know, vehicle, a bug is the way to go, or, you know, the cheapest way to go. Finding a Mustang, Corvette, Camaro can get pricey, and repairs are pricey. Bugs are cheap. So that's why I say that this is just a very honest car. Dad is going to get those tires changed out really quick. We're just going to get some used kind of $20 tires, hopefully, just to get this thing from, you know, to not, every time I come out, it's, you know, they're empty and I got to fill them back up. So hopefully he'll find some tires for that. So besides the rust and the body damage, looking around, I mean, the pan is in great shape. Things are dirty and crusted, but that's what you expect from a car that's sitting for so long. Surprisingly, the boots on the tie rods are pretty dang good. Everything is just very covered in dirt and whatever. I do want to power wash this, make it really nice. Brake lines, pretty cracky. So we might have to repair those or replace them. Probably should do that anyway. Sounds all right. Definitely not. Let's see if there's any play. Nope, no play. In the back, same thing. Crusty bushings. No real play in the axles, at least side to side. Back and forth, okay. Need to fix a few things. Duct tape that was put. Once again, no play. Very tight. Actually looks like this is maybe a new rotor, so that's kind of cool. Brake line back there. That one actually looks in okay shape, so that's good. Maybe we can just do the fronts. Let's go to driver rear. Same thing, rotor looks brand new. Axle, no play, just dirty. This one's all nice and connected correctly, no duct tape. Same thing, brake line looks really good on that one, so these might actually bleed out really well. Everything else looks good. No crazy leaks. I would like to power wash under the motor just to see exactly what is leaking, which it's going to be the pushrod tubes and probably where the actual drain bolt is. This side, same thing, starting to get cracks on the fronts. Bushings on the tie rod are good. Shocks, bushings blown out. I don't know about the shocks. And yeah, no play in the wheel bearings. This one's actually, oh, there we go. Oh, pretty good as well. They sprayed the wheels, and of course they sprayed the drums. There's no masking off. Who does that? It does have a horn, and there is wiring going to it. I know when I did the steering column, I ripped out the wiring because we were trying to get it running out in the field, and it was in a rush. But there's a switch under the dash that I need to figure out what it goes to. Maybe I can hook it up to the horn, and then we'll have a horn. Or it's already hooked up to the horn. We'll see. If I haven't already shown it, the frunk is pretty honest as well. The damage up front, probably do some touch up there. Need to vacuum everything out. No real crazy rust, just very, very dirty. Wiring looks typical. I am gonna have to go through some of that rat's nest at some point. There's a lot more stuff than our 60s, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. Obviously, like, tubes aren't connected and stuff, not sure about that. And then gotta finish putting the gas tank, but altogether not too bad. And there's the brake reservoir, so I'll fill that up. I don't even know if it's fillable. Let's see. It's definitely cracked, so we might, yeah, we're probably gonna need to replace that. I really quick ran over to Foreign Aid in Albuquerque, New Mexico. If you guys are buying like AutoZone and like O'Reilly's parts for these cars, don't do it. It's actually cheaper normally to go to a VW specific place. Normally, at least here in Albuquerque it is. Foreign Aid, always been helping it out, and the prices are very reasonable. Okay, so got a new reservoir and got some front brake lines because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need them. Okay, what I want to do now is remove this ugly front bumper. I was gonna save the brackets, I was gonna, whatever. Nope, it's all coming off, it's all going to scrap, it's destroyed anyway, and it's in my way. See, doesn't that look so much better? And now, it's a lot easier to work on. Like everything else, let me vacuum this out real quick. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Honestly, once I actually wipe it down, it should be really nice. Okay, oh, I still gotta vacuum the bottom. But that's okay, I'll get that done, and then I'll start replacing some brake stuffs and see if we get brake pressure. Okay, now that that's all cleaned out, just the seam sealer's all crunching off. Out with the old, in with the new. These lines, I don't know, they're old, not cooperating. So I really quick just put some new line on it. All right, brake reservoir is replaced. I replaced all the lines on that because they were all pretty crusty, and yeah, now I can trust that. Now replace the two outer hoses really quick, and I'll be ready to put some brake fluid in. I got both brake lines replaced on the front. Wasn't that hard. Everything cracked loose pretty easily and didn't really give me any struggles, so that's good. Time to put some fluid in and see if we get brakes. I'm not sure because I've never done one of these before, but looks like there's a little screw right here that you can pop loose and make sure that the actual master itself is full. So I'm gonna do that. That actually seemed to work. Took that bolt out, pumped the brakes a few times, and filled up and started pouring out. So the back brakes bled very easily. Fluid started coming out of them right away. And the fronts, no fluid has came out of them, but when I put the brake on, the rotors don't move. I don't know what's going on. Maybe just take it for a quick test drive? I don't know. But that's gonna do it for this video on the 1970 Bug. On the next video, I'll be installing parts of the interior, working on wiring, and maybe a few other things. Putting the fuel tank in finally, and getting that going. Thank you for watching. Like always, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate it. This is High Five Garage, and I'm out.